How's it going, Steve? Okay, let me just do a sound check and then we will get started. Steve. Okay, looks like everything is going smoothly. Let's look at the fear and greed index right now. Right now, we're sitting at 23 in extreme fear. That really has not changed too much. Nothing really new going on in the markets. Just like always, Bitcoin going up, going down. It's pretty sporadic and it's pretty unpredictable. Let me look at the crypto at Bookmap. So Bookmap, what it does is it shows you where all of the liquidity is at on Bitcoin. Right now, on the weekly time frame, which is on the left, you have a lot of liquidity still sitting down at $80,000. I said a few days ago, I see $80,000 sometime by, in the next 7 days. So sometime by this upcoming Saturday, I see Bitcoin going down to about 80,000 or lower. If you look at the daily time frame, you have a lot sitting down at 87.9. We're very close to that level, and then you still have a lot at 87.5. So I would be surprised if we don't hit some of these levels to the downside in the next 5 days. We'll see what happens. If I zoom out to the daily time frame, you can see we're still in this symmetrical triangle bear flag, and that still has a measured move of about $50,000. The daily time frame is getting closer to being overbought, so it just doesn't look fantastic to me on the smaller time frames. I will get rid of this right here though, because it seems like we're just not breaking down just yet. So this smaller time frame bear flag is invalidated in my opinion. You're well below the 200-day moving average on the 12-hour time frame. And at this point, I see no reason why we are not just going to continue to get rejected off of some of these moving averages on the smaller time frames. 8-hour time frame well below the 200. That's coming in on 8-hour at 94.8. If you jump down to the 4-hour time frame, you continue to, for whatever reason, get rejected off of the 4-hour 200-day moving average. That is not a good sign. Right now, Bitcoin looks very bad. It's rolling over. So at this point, I just see more downside for Bitcoin, and it's kind of that simple in my opinion. Bitcoin looks like it just wants to continue to roll over. And hold on, let me check something really quickly. Yeah, I don't see why Bitcoin doesn't just continue to roll over to the downside. I mean, the next support for Bitcoin right now is about $86,263. So if Bitcoin does continue to go down, that is the next support that I see to the downside is about $86,300, 86.2 in that region. So until I'm not going to be bullish on Bitcoin until you can close a 4-hour candle above the 200-day moving average. Right now, it seems like for whatever reason we can't do that. We've been rejected off of this 4-hour 200-day moving average now so many times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, 6 times, 7 times, 8 times now. You can't really get above the 4-hour, and really. You haven't even closed one entire candle above the 4-hour 200-day moving average since all the way back here around October 27th. You've got an entire month being below the 4-hour 200 and not being able to get above it. That's a very bearish sign. So I'm not bullish on Bitcoin until you crack that 4-hour 200-day moving average. Right now that sits at $89,200 and it continues to go lower over the coming days. So if we don't crack 89K right now, 89.2, I'm not bullish on Bitcoin. That's kind of how I see it. Bitcoin's very bearish below $89,000. If we jump down to the 2-hour time frame, you can see that right now in the 2-hour time frame, again, you're above the 200, but it looks like you're about to lose it again. The 1-hour time frame is trying to hold the 200-day moving average on Bitcoin. It's struggling mightily, and it just doesn't look like it wants to hold it. So we'll see what happens. Try to make a higher low on the 1 hour. Is that really going to happen? I'm not very confident in it. This chart looks pretty bad, and I mean, that doesn't look like a falling wedge. It looks pretty bearish to me. But the bullish scenario is you can bounce out of this falling wedge. The problem is I don't see a bullish engulfing candle. You're oversold and you're not getting the bullish engulfing candle, which tells me it's going to continue to roll over. So I would not take this long right now. But if you want to be a degen and if you're a perma bull, then here's your measure move is $90,200. But again, no bullish engulfing candles. So until you get a bullish engulfing candle, I can't really be bullish on Bitcoin on even the half-hour time frame. It's pretty much that simple. And Bitcoin to me just looks bearish right now. It doesn't look like this is going to pump right now. So I'm going to delete this because I don't see it playing out. I see the most likely scenario on the smaller time frames is we continue to roll over to the downside to about this support down here, $86,200. I appreciate if you guys hit likes. It does help support the channel. I know this is not the normal time I go live, so I don't expect a huge turnout. If you guys enjoy this, you can always follow me on Telegram. Join the Telegram group. In the Telegram group, I notify you of when I go live because it does change from. I always go live on Tuesdays and Saturdays, but sometimes it does change the timing depending on my work schedule or other things going on in my life. So yeah, at this point, guys, I see Bitcoin losing these moving averages. So I'm gonna call it right now, guys. I see the most likely scenario is that in the next 24 hours, Bitcoin looks and touches $86,200. That's the next support I see. If we don't see $86,000, 86.2 in the next day, I'd be pretty surprised. I'm sorry, but that's where it looks like we are going next as I speak. So we'll see what happens. It looks like Bitcoin is going to take a tumble over the next 24 hours, even further to the downside. And that's kind of where I stand on Bitcoin. Now, on Shiba Inu, once again, I did place a bet on Kalshi. Maybe I can pull this up for you guys. I bet that the fact that Bitcoin right now is going to go further to the downside. And I kind of bet that I did take a bet and a gamble that yesterday I took the bet at 4 p.m. Central Time yesterday, and it ends in 1 hour. So I took a bet that Shiba Inu would be between the price of 7.0 and 7.5 in 1 hour from now. I took that bet 24 hours in advance, so almost a day ago, 23 hours ago. And so far, it looks like it's going to play out. I'm going to pull it up. So if you guys are watching me on TikTok, you can see it. Right now, it has a 93% chance of playing out. It wasn't a huge position, but can you guys see that? Let me see. So I took this bet. $53.69 turns into $91 if I win. And you can see the price range right there. We'll see if it hits. But, I mean, this is going to end in about 52 minutes or less. So we'll see what happens. But that is the bet I did take. And we'll see if it hits. I believe it will hit. But that's kind of what we got going on. And then maybe I can show you guys on YouTube as well. It doesn't make a huge difference, but either way, that is the bet that I did take. Let me just show. Yeah, it's right there. So we'll see what happens. I believe it. I believe it's likely to hit. This is if I hit this, this would be the 5th straight day in a row that I did win this. So, yeah, it'd be the 5th straight day that it's hit. Now, I don't know tomorrow what it's gonna bring, but I'll let you guys know. Probably in my Telegram, I'll announce it or something. But for right now, that's another reason to join my Telegram. Sometimes I post my updates. If you guys want to join the trading group, that's different. That's the Discord. You can join that through Patreon. But I will probably let you guys know through Telegram what I end up doing. That's going to be the easiest way for me to let you guys know if I take this bet again tomorrow. I would think I would because the 4-hour time frame is oversold, but you're getting a bearish engulfing candle. And again, if you're below 7.0, I don't see any support till 5.0. So then, like, you're out of the sideways price range you've been in for the last 8 or 9 days. I mean, you've been between 7.0 and 7.5 really since the 17th of December. So that's, oh my God, that's like 2 weeks. Is that correct? Yeah, I mean, 17th was. You going on, it's almost been 2 weeks you've been sideways between 7.0 and 7.5. For a brief moment, you went above it right here the other day to 7.6, but you got immediately rejected. And I said I'd be surprised if you got above 7.65. So Shiba Inu has been paying me nicely just because it's gone sideways. Again, if you lose this range at 7.0, I see you going down to 5.0. That's the next support. So at that point, if you're just free falling, it's kind of hard to know how fast you're going to fall. But when you're in a free fall or if you're just pumping, you're not in a sideways range, I can't really take this bet. So I hope you kind of get a bounce here at 7.0, but if you don't, I see a bloodbath probably down to the next support at 5.0. So that's my update on Shiba Inu. Thank you for the likes. I see it, as of right now, I think over the next 50 minutes I'll win this bet, but after that, tomorrow might be more up in the air. So, yeah, that's it. Right now. And a big one does go down to 86.2. Shiba Inu could easily lose 7.0 as support. Because, you know, the more times you test the support, the more likely you are to break. You've tested it 1 time, 2 times. You could say that's a 3rd. This is definitely going to be a 4th if we continue to fall lower. So at this point, Shiba Inu is going to test the support at 7.0 a 4th time. We'll see if we hold it or not. But for right now, that's the bet I did take over on Kalshi. 2 times. So thank you also for the likes on YouTube. Let me see if there's no comments over there. I just want to check that out. But yeah, that's kind of what I see going on next. It looks just SHIB looks sketchy to say the least. Bitcoin right now looks like it's gonna take a tumble to the downside. So if you guys have any requests for altcoins, let me know. Otherwise, this was just a quick market update on what's going on. I do see more downside though for the market, and that is the unfortunate news. Bitcoin looks like it's gonna take a tumble to the downside, and that is what it is. That's kind of what I see going on next. So yeah, that's what I see going on Bitcoin and the market. So I don't know if there's anything else I want to go over right now. Tesla doing nice, but not doing that amazing. Giggle isn't really interesting to me anymore. Below the 4-hour 200. It's not exciting. What is a new cryptocurrency? You made the bear flag and you dumped. You probably hit the measure move. You did hit the measure move at 17.8. 1 hour is making a lower high. And you could probably do the same thing again. If you stay below the 1 hour 200, I see no reason to not short this. You've made a lower high. Stop loss could literally be, 20.6 cents. And this new bear flag has a measure move of, let's see what this bear flag is. If you're looking for another trade, well, this is not financial advice, but here's your next trade setup. The last time you were completely overbought was right here, so I would do it from right here. So your target is 15.5 to the downside. That's the next target for wet. So to me, guys, this is a bear flag. Stop loss, could be really technically right here, I would say, above this wick right here at 18 cents. And your take profit would be about 15.5 cents. So that's just another trade idea, another bearish target to the downside on wet. And I don't see why it doesn't continue to the downside. The trend's your friend till the end. I say that for any asset, and it looks like wet could be the same thing. It is what it is, and I don't see why that can't play out. I might take that trade as well after the live stream is over. But that's my update, guys, on the market. I'm bearish on the market. It is what it is, and that's where I stand. I'll be back live on Saturday at 9 p.m. Central Time. Actually, yeah, I think. Let me double check that. So I think, yeah, I think that'll work. If I'm not, I'll be live between 9 p.m. and 10 p.m. Central Time on Saturday. It might have to be a little bit later, but I think it should work. Yeah, actually, I'll play it on 10 p.m. Central Time on Saturday because I don't know if I'll make 9 p.m. because I work until almost 8:30. But that's my plan. I'll be live Saturday night as normal, probably closer to 10 p.m. Central Time. But I'll be live that day. And if I have to change that live stream time again, I'll let you guys know in the Telegram group. I'll link to join us in the description below. But yeah, that's kind of where I stand on the market. It looks like you're going to take a tumble to the downside, and that is kind of that's where I stand. It just doesn't look good to me as I speak. So if you guys have requests for altcoins, let me know. But again, once again, I'm looking at, just to recap, if you just joined, I see Bitcoin going down to about $86,200. It just looks like the most likely scenario. So, and again, wet looks like it has another bear flag target. So the market looks bad right now, and it is what it is. Thank you guys for joining. That's kind of all got to talk about today. I hope you guys have a great evening, and I'll see you guys on Saturday night. Until then, trade safe. Always use a stop loss. The trend's your friend till the end. I see more downside for Bitcoin down to 86.2. And I'm going to take this trade on wet when I get off this live stream in about a minute. So that's my update, guys. Have a great night, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Adios. Thank you guys for joining, and I do appreciate the small support that I did get today. Goodbye. Once upon a time, there was a time in crypto where it was just bearish, and that's where we are right now. Okay. I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios. It's unfortunate. Bitcoin looks like crap. I'm gonna take the short on wet though. I just think that's the best idea. Adios. I'll see you guys in the next one. Good night.